Don't live on the Cape Fear River. Seriously, I know that sounds dreamy. You have waterfront views, gorgeous sunsets, boats drifting by downtown Wilmington, but before you romanticize it, let me give you the reality. Because life on the Cape Fear River comes with some big problems. I'm Kevin Millard, a local real estate agent here in coastal North Carolina. Before we dive in, make sure to grab my free Wilmington relocation guide. It covers river living too. The link is down there in the description. All right, let's jump in. Flooding and storm surge. Let's start with the big one, flooding. The Cape Fear River is tidal, which means water levels rise and fall with the ocean. And during storms, that river can swell fast. Downtown Wilmington, parts of it flood during heavy rain. Riverfront homes, vulnerable. Even newer neighborhoods farther up the river can see yards and streets go underwater. If you're on the Cape Fear, flood insurance is not optional, it's a necessity, and it can be expensive. Hurricanes and evacuations. Living by the river also means being on the front lines when hurricanes hit. Storm surge pushes upriver from the ocean, while heavy rainfall drains downstream. The river becomes a bottleneck of water. That combination can spell disaster. Roads can be cut off, docks are destroyed, and basements can be full of water. When officials say mandatory evacuation, on the Cape Fear, they mean it. Mosquitoes and wildlife. River living can also mean living with bugs. The Cape Fear's marshes and wetlands are prime breeding grounds for mosquitoes. In the summer, they can be relentless. And the no-see-ums, as we call them, at dusk, snakes in the marsh and even the occasional alligator can cruise by. Suddenly, that peaceful riverfront looks a little less peaceful. If this video is helping you see the real side of river living, hit that like button. And subscribe for more honest breakdowns of Wilmington and the surrounding areas. Water quality concerns. Let's talk about something that most people don't want to think about, and that is water quality. The Cape Fear River has had its share of industrial pollution, Gen X, PFAS, and other contaminants. It's been in the news for years. You're not swimming in this water and you're not fishing dinner out of it every night. And while the views are beautiful, the river itself isn't the pristine blue water that you'll see at the beach. Insurance and cost. Riverfront living costs more. You have flood insurance, wind and hail coverage, and maintenance for docks, bulkheads, and seawalls. Water can corrode, it can cause storm damage, and repairs can add up fast. So while a riverfront home looks like a dream, the bills can be an absolute nightmare. Limited access and commute challenges. Depending on where you live along the river, access can be tricky. If you're living up north, long drives into Wilmington, and down south near Southport, you have ferries and bridges that dictate your schedule. When the roads flood, you may literally be trapped where you are. Lifestyle limitations. Living on the Cape Fear River sounds like a boating paradise, and yes, for some people it is. But the river isn't the ocean. It's tidal, the currents are strong, and navigation can be tricky. Not every waterfront property has a deep water dock. Some places you can't even use your boat at low tide. So don't assume that riverfront means full boating lifestyle. Bugs, noise, and industrial neighbors. Here's something most brochures don't mention. Parts of the Cape Fear River are industrial. You have cargo ships, chemical plants, port traffic. It's not all dolphins and sailboats. Depending on your location, you might see barges, cranes, and hear the hum of industry at night. Romantic sunsets? Sure, but sometimes with a backdrop of cargo containers. By the way, if you're still considering living on the river, grab my free Wilmington relocation guide. It's got insights on neighborhoods, flood zones, and hidden cost. The link is in the description below. HOAs, zoning, and restrictions. Some riverfront communities have HOAs with strict rules. Boat sizes can be limited, dock use can be restricted, and fencing styles can be dictated. Other communities have no HOA, which sounds great until your neighbor decides to build something less than charming right next to your $1 million view. Lifestyle on the river. The Cape Fear River draws a mix of people. You have retirees that are seeking peace, you have families that want more space, and you have weekenders who come to fish and to party. That can mean clashing lifestyles. One neighbor may want a quiet morning, the other wants to have loud dock parties every Saturday. Living on the river isn't always a serene retreat that you may have imagined. Rising cost and scarcity. Riverfront property is scarce and expensive. Even small lots fetch premium prices. And because inventory is limited, competition drives the cost even higher. So if you're expecting a bargain, the Cape Fear may not be it. Infrastructure and recovery times. Riverfront areas can lag in infrastructure. Power outages during storms can last longer and road repairs can take more time. Also, flood damage cleanup can stretch on for weeks. It's not city living, it's river living with all of its quirks. Culture and pace of life. The Cape Fear River has its own vibe. It's quiet, scenic, and slow. That can feel magical or absolutely maddening. If you're used to convenience, nightlife, and fast-paced living, river life might leave you restless. Why people still live here. So after all that, why do people still choose the Cape Fear River? Because for the right person, it can be stunning. Sunsets over the water, egrets flying across the marsh, fishing off your own dock, and proximity to downtown Wilmington without having to be at the beach. For many people, the trade-offs are absolutely worth it. So, don't live on the Cape Fear River if you're afraid of floods, storms, or bugs. Don't live here if you expect crystal clear water or cheap insurance. And don't live here if you need convenience and predictability. But if you want a slower pace, beautiful views, and you're willing to deal with all the quirks, the Cape Fear River might be calling your name. Don't forget to grab my free relocation guide at the link below, and contact me directly if you'd like to explore riverfront properties in person. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't live on the Cape Fear River unless you're ready to fall in love with it.